Both Centennial teams in action, and with soccer season ending, can the Colts get a final win?
Right here in East York, the Leaside Wildcats take to brand new ice.
And an East York skate park provides a safe environment for youth skaters. Watch out, buddy! Centennial Sports TV is up next.
Welcome to Centennial Sports TV. I'm Morgan Gibbons.
And I'm Sasha Colero. We have a packed lineup for you guys, so let's get right into it. Both soccer teams are in action over at Progress Campus as we pick up the men's and the women's highlights. It's a beautiful day at Progress Field, and the Colts were taking on the Fleming College Knights. We'll pick things up here in the second frame, and after a goalless first half, Fleming come close on this in-swinging corner kick. They were awarded a penalty shortly after, but the Knights striker sends the ball sky high. With the possibility of a 0-0 draw growing, midfielder Chelsea Castromelli came up with a free kick David Beckham himself would be proud of. Right out of the top drawer, and Centennial would win the game 1-0, getting their first win of the season. Chelsea, how does it feel?
It feels awesome. The ladies played great. We stuck it out to the end. It was great to get the win at the end. We really deserved it because we got to keep it cool. We don't want to let it go and then lose the game or tie it up. We had to keep it calm and not selling too much.
The men now, and the Knights were looking to avenge their female counterparts. Goalkeeper Godson Amanwa definitely got the memo, and he was in inspired form, shutting down the Colts with a string of top-class saves. The Colts were knocking on the door, but guess who? It's Amanwa. Again, he says thanks but no thanks. On the rebound, it's Amanwa, once again telling him to go back to center field. Fleming finally get the ball, and they end up scoring with their first shot on target. 1-0 to the Knights, and could we have a giant killing on our hands? Free kick to Centennial, but we all know what happens next. It's Godson Amanwa, yet again, calmly catches it. Still 1-0 to the Knights. This movie's getting boring. Coach is absolutely livid on the sideline, and the Colts get awarded another free kick in a dangerous area. Saved by Amanwa, but Louis Saab, Johnny on the spot, puts in the rebound. 1-1 to the Colts, and that would end up being your final score as the men finish the year with 17 points. Good enough for second in the division. What you gotta say, Louis?
We were unfortunate not to pick up the win. We showed some fight out there today, and it's a good step moving into the playoffs. We have a lot of work to do these next couple of weeks before we head in, and we're confident that we can go all the way. We've showed good steps every single game, and we'll take it game by game.
Once again, it was Louis Saab coming up big with a goal late into the game to tie it at 1, and that's how it ended for the Centennial College men's soccer team. A 1-1 tie at home against Fleming, and now they wait for the playoffs. For Centennial College, I'm Sam Mendelson, Toronto.
Leaside Memorial Gardens unveiled a new indoor ice pad, the first in the city in over 40 years, thanks to a $1 million donation from an anonymous contributor that pushed the renovation to its target. The new NHL-sized rink makes Leaside a twin pad facility. City organizers are hoping that the project will garner interest in the area for tournaments and training camps. We stay in the Leaside neighborhood to check out some of the provincial women's hockey as the Wildcats played their first game on new ice. The struggling Leaside Wildcats were home at the Gardens on Sunday to take on the Mississauga Chiefs. We pick it up 8 minutes in on the Wildcats' power play as Victoria Bach fires a shot over the shoulder of Leaside goaltender Carly Stratos, Bach's first of 4 points on the day. After allowing a pair of goals in the first, Stratos held on for the Wildcats, shutting the door on a series of impressive saves. The Chiefs felt the cost of the Wildcats' aggressive play, but it would eventually come back, as 4 of Mississauga's goals came on the power play. Leaside gave up the man advantage 9 times on Sunday. Second period now, and Leaside appeared to have found their footing. Kimberly Brown broke away for the Wildcats, scoring her first goal of the season. Alyssa Conley would follow up on the man advantage, sending a wrist shot through the 5-hole, evening out the score at 2 apiece. She finds Twine. The Chiefs returned with a vengeance in the third. Nadine Edney snuck one past Stratos for the go-ahead goal. Minutes later, Bach returns with the assist to Caitlin Lowy, giving the Chiefs a comfortable 2-goal lead. But they wouldn't be satisfied there. It's time for Stephanie Serchata on the power play, finding the back of the net. Chiefs take it, 6-2 is your final. We catch up with Victoria Bach after the game.
I thought our team played really good overall. We started a little bit slow, but by the end we started picking it up and really bringing it together, and I thought overall it was a great game. I feel like right after the intermission we came out and got our first goal, and right after that everything just turned from there. She looks pretty good right now, but hopefully she'll be okay.
Hey Sasha, you looked like you skateboarded, didn't you?
I did, Morgan, but there wasn't really a park nearby, so I had to be pretty creative with my locations. Thankfully, East Yorkers don't have to worry. CSTV's Lanny Foster visited the new East York Skate Park.
Lifelong East Yorkers Nick Pierre and David Paul always wanted a safe place to skate, so they got one built.
I originally started trying to get a skate park built in either 98 or 99, and there was a lot of resistance from the city, and the main reason is so that kids have a safe place to skate, and for myself to have a place to skate where you don't get kicked out.
We were planning from just lobbying the city councilor Janet Davis right through until the committee design stuff that we had here in the park.
Despite the bad reputation skateboard culture has, Team EY has put all their efforts into changing that perception. The family atmosphere they've created has opened up the eyes of the public to the benefits that the sport has to offer.
Just the skate park being here, parents and people who don't know anything about skateboarding can come by and watch other people skateboarding and see that it's not as bad as maybe they've heard through the grapevine or whatever they've heard that it's bad.
It's funny to hear the stereotypical kind of views, right? Like since it's not something so mainstream, because it's like, I play hockey too and I don't get that. Yeah. But when I'm out riding skateboard, it's like I'm, a drug addict or something.
Yeah. The organization teams up with local businesses and even enlists kids to help paint the park.
Every year we do a cleanup here at the skate park. We get money donated from local community businesses. I coordinate everything with getting paint and getting artists to come here, and we have a free barbecue for the kids.
My husband used to skateboard. I don't skateboard at all, so I don't have any sense of what's supposed to happen. But they're being active, right? They're getting out. It's hopefully going to get them from one place to another inexpensively, right? So I'm definitely for any type of activity like that, yeah.
And once these kids paint, when they come here with their friends and someone starts trying to put bad graffiti over top of the surfaces we painted and the murals we've done, the kids are like, hey, well, I painted that, or my friend painted that, or I know the guys that painted that. So it kind of protects the park a little bit.
Even that sense of ownership, right? Like little kids have that sense of ownership again too. So even that in itself is really improving community and creating a diversity within a park itself, right? So it's a good environment.
Nick and David's initiatives have created an environment for East Yorkers of all ages to skate for years to come.
Coming up, we take to the court for women's preseason hoops.
And tennis enthusiasts gather to support a great cause. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Check. This thing on?
Yeah, it's on. Roll the highlights. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How did you get hired?
Welcome back to Centennial Sports TV. This is Sasha Calera. I'm Morgan Gibbons. We're going to take you right back to Progress Campus, where the Centennial women's basketball team met Mohawk. In preseason action, Mohawk's early pressure forced Centennial down by 10 after some sloppy turnovers. Mohawk capitalized with some easy buckets in transition. Centennial responded by scoring 6 fast break points as Kayla Higgins takes off. Caitlin Williams hit a triple at the end of the first, pulling Centennial ahead by 3. But it's all Mohawk in the second, as a 16-2 run saw them up 12 at recess. More bad news for Centennial as Greta Beals went down with an injury early in the third. Enter Miriam Sorella Sones, who's followed up a silent first half, scoring in 9 points to keep Centennial alive, including a 3-pointer from the corner. But Mohawk's leading scorer, Natalie Fisher, answered from the corner with a 3 of her own, put them up 15 going into the final frame. 67-47 is your final.
Registration is now open for the Monster Dash, an annual event held by Holland Blue Review Kids Hospital that takes place on October 27th. The family-friendly outing at Sunnybrook Park is a 5 or 10 kilometer trek down the spooky mile, designed to both thrill and chill the participants. Prizes are awarded for creative costumes, so get creative, East York, and of course all proceeds go to the hospital.
Now we'll take a look at another group of runners that are also used to winning prizes. Centennial Sports TV reporter Justin Cuthbert has more from Malvern Collegiate Institute.
Last year, Malvern Collegiate boasted the best high school girls cross-country team in the city. The Black Knights won both the city championship and the individual title, led by standout runner Allison Anderson. Fast forward a year and little has changed. The girls have placed on the podium in each of their first 3 races this season, including a win at the Dwyer Invitational last week. We're here on this rainy morning to find out why Coach Claudine Tyrell calls her athletes the Dream Team.
They're highly disciplined. If you look at, and just looking at from an academic standpoint, you look at the average of the girls on that junior team, and they're all honor roll students. So it's not just, it's what they translate in the classroom, what they translate onto the course. They're disciplined young women.
So let's just go through A, B's, and C's and everything, okay?
They like running with each other. They like being around each other. They have a lot of fun together. So I think the fun aspect does balance off with the competitive aspect. They're all phenomenal athletes.
Their most impressive athlete has to be Allison Anderson. The sophomore runner has won every race she's entered this season while remaining a dedicated team player.
A lot of hard work, like that's, yeah, my thing. But also, like I have really good coaches and teammates that like push me too. And yeah, it just all helps. We hang out outside of school, like outside of cross country, and yeah, it's just really good, like atmosphere. It makes it fun too when it's really intense, and then you have your teammates there to like help lift like a positive like attitude.
Such a mentality comes from the top. When asked about her expectations for their upcoming championship races, Coach Tyrell spoke honestly.
I expect to come first, the junior girls to come first in both races. Yeah.
It may be just the beginning of October, but all it takes is a great cause to keep tennis enthusiasts and former players on the court. Paul McGahey serves up more.
The annual Q Beach Charity Tennis Pro-Am was held this past weekend on a cloudy and cool fall day. Now in its 6th year, the event raises money in support of Community Center 55's Christmas Share program. As volunteer organizer Nancy Culver explains, the fundraising efforts help provide for Ward 32 residents in need of basic necessities.
We raise money to buy the fresh food that goes in our hampers for about 800 families in this community. The families get referred to us by the other agencies in the community, and our volunteers come and sort and pack the food. We purchase all the fresh food, and then our volunteers come and deliver it to the families in our neighborhoods.
Culver appreciates the support of the Kew Gardens Tennis Club and the generosity of its members. She also says the efforts of Club Pro Bobby Mahal to bring talented players to the event do not go unnoticed.
The pro at Kew Gardens does a wonderful job of representing the event and what it does for the community so that the pros know that what they're doing has a direct impact on families' lives at Christmas time.
The event is expected to raise approximately $5,000 and began with a series of exhibition matches involving Mahal, several Canadian juniors, and former professional Maureen Drake. Afterwards, supporters placed bids on auction items and enjoyed barbecued hot dogs and hamburgers. But the highlight of the day was the chance to test their skills by rallying with the pros. Drake, who is ranked as high as 47th in the world and played in provincial tournaments at Kew Gardens, jumped at the chance to lend her time for a charitable cause. But after years of competitive tennis, Drake says pros have to remember that these outings are for entertainment purposes.
They tone it down, right? Because it's for the crowd and, you know, for the event itself, and they want to make it fun. So, yeah, it's always a pleasure, you know, to play for charity, and you know, it's something that we really love to do, and yeah, it's great to do it.
It was a win-win situation as pros and amateurs alike took to the court for some lighthearted tennis in support of a good cause. Reporting for Centennial Sports TV, I'm Paul McGaughy.
Coming up, we take a look at the new Centennial AWC.
And we look at a group of local runner enthusiasts. Don't you dare run away from the TV. We'll be right back.
Google. What is Centennial Sports Journalism? Be able to write for a publication. Who is Malcolm Kelly?
Have you ever wanted to work in the sports media industry? Centennial College offers a post-grad sports journalism program that will give you the skills and guidance needed to start your own career in sports media. Centennial College provides students with the opportunity to work in real-life newsroom, radio, and television studio environments. Turn your passion into a sports career today. Check out centennialcollege.ca for more details.
Hi everyone and welcome back. One of the challenges of having 5 campuses across the GTA is that Centennial students can be unaware of the facilities available to them. Anson Henry explores the new Athletic and Wellness Center.
Right behind me is the Centennial College Athletics and Wellness Center, better known as the AWC, right here in the Progress campus. Centennial College students have access to so much stuff. I've heard about it, but I don't know exactly what's inside. Let's find out. The Athletics and Wellness Center opened in September of 2011. The Centennial College Student Association Incorporated, better known as the CCSAI, own the facility and are responsible for all the funds raised to have it built.
And at the time, the college didn't have any extra money for building projects of that kind, so we went to the college and said, if we can raise the money, will you let us build a new athletic and wellness center? And Ann Bullard, the president, was like, please, yes, we love the idea.
And when we held the CSA conference, we had a lot of colleges from Ontario come in, look at our facilities, and they were really pleased to see the rock climbing wall, to see the spa that we had, the weightlifting room, the gymnasium, the squash courts, and they were like very impressed. And a lot of them are wanting to do what we did. So we kind of feel like a pioneer when it comes to Ontario colleges and the gym facility.
I came across a lot of friendly people at the AWC. I felt very welcome. Okay, so where are we now?
We're in the guest services area. This is where you sign into the gym and all that.
I want to actually bring you guys into the office where all the work gets done. Everyone behind the scenes.
Of course, we want all full-time students to know that they are already members of the Athletic and Wellness Center. So if they haven't been here, they need to get here so we can get them set up. They've already paid for it. It's a beautiful facility.
Right now we're in my third home, the athletics office. This is where all the business gets done for athletics, all the varsity sports, all the intramural and extramural sports.
Well, I think it's changed the perception of Centennial and a brand new facility, modern, new branding to go along with all of that, new teams coming in. It's been a big change.
So what I'm hearing is, for a mere $75 taken out of my tuition every semester, I have full access to all of these state-of-the-art facilities and top-of-the-line equipment? Can it really be that simple? So I come in, flash my card, and I'm working out.
Pretty much, you just got to get it encoded, active. Once you register, once you register, pretty much we set up, we'll set you up, and then you're good to go. If you want to get a personal trainer, we offer personal trainers. We got a spa upstairs. Just take advantage of all the services we have to offer. And if you want to get sold, we got the latest equipment upstairs. And if you want to come check it out, come at any time, Monday to Fridays, 7:30 to 10 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5.
There you have it, guys. All the stuff you have access to, you don't even realize it. The AWC, right here, Progress Campus. Check it out. I'm Anson Henry, Centennial Sports.
Running is a sport that all people can participate in. I took a look at a group of East York runners that are unique in their nature. East York is full of residents who enjoy running, whether it's a pastime, sport, or a social activity. One club, the East York Runners, began in 2009.
We are a bunch of very enthusiastic runners. We meet here every Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't matter what the weather is. I suppose it started because one person wanted to get a group of people together so that they can run as a crowd. And I just happened to chance upon the meetup group and I joined.
For guys like Oscar Straczynski, running with a group of friends is just the motivation he's looking for each and every week.
Running's an inherently solo activity, I guess, but when you actually have some people to run with, it certainly helps motivate. We run along Danforth, up, Cape, Coxwell, so it's certainly a tour of East York.
Most club members are very experienced runners, but the club does take into consideration all levels of skill.
We've got pacers, that people are all at a little bit different pace, and you might want to push yourself a little bit to keep up to that. We also do something that's called time trial training, where you go and it helps your speed work. So we do different things together, and it's all to help everybody's performance enhancement, but the motivation and having other people around you for sure makes a huge difference.
Running a minute hurt the first couple times I went out. I've been running now since February 2011, which is when I started. I started running with these guys in February of this year, and it's great because they run year-round. There were runs in the winter, and actually we get big crowds out in the winter.
Using the streets of East York as a backdrop makes for a true community spirit.
It is a fantastic way to get together. You all share the same interests, which is running, and it's just important because it is part of the fabric of East York, and it just makes East York so much more interesting to live in.
Frog's Gym is open to Centennial students, but how many of them know about it? Isaac Owusu investigates.
Thanks, guys. I'm here all by myself at the now co-ed Frog's Gym. As you see, I'm all by myself. There's no students to be seen. I don't know if the people at the school really know if this is free or not. Lanny, let me know what they know.
All right, I'm at Centennial College. A lot of people here, not a lot at Frog's Gym. Let's find out why they're not over at you, Isaac. Let's go inside.
I do, it's right across the street.
Yeah, I know that there's the Frogs Gym across the street.
I know that we have frogs.
Sure, it's called Frogs.
I do know that the school has a tree gym.
A lot of the Centennial students go there, and we all work together to become stronger and stuff. And they have some awesome like personal trainers that will work with you.
It's good. It's nothing special, but it gets the job done. You know, they have proper equipment, whatever.
People told me that this gym is really smaller than the one at the Progress, and it's a really big gym.
Actually heard quite good reviews, and you know, most of the good reviews are actually encouraging that I might check it out. I think it's just a matter of time. I've not been able to schedule my time enough to go and check it out or to go and use the gym.
I don't know, because I don't really stick around school a lot, so I usually just go home if I'm done here.
I haven't been there because I do not have my student ID yet.
Because I'm already a member of another gym.
I just live across the street from the one at Progress, so that works best for me.
I've been planning. I'm gonna get there. I'm not yet. I will though.
Frogs Gym is at 909 Pape Avenue, and it's a great place to go work out. But after I work out, I get hungry.
That's right, Sasha. That's why I went down to the Detroit Eatery on the Danforth to talk hockey with the owner.
My name is Chris Antares. I'm 45 years old and I run the Detroit Eatery restaurant. I've been working here. My family's had this restaurant for 25 years.
But how does such a monument to the Red Wings end up on the Danforth?
The two teams I'd always follow closely would be Toronto and Detroit because my cousins would live in Detroit. So spent a lot of time in Detroit growing up. Then we end up buying the restaurant. The restaurant started about 75 years ago. The original owner was from Detroit and that's how it got its name. It's been under that name for the last 75 years. I love the name, it works for me. Being a Red hockey fan and a Red Wing fan, it works out great.
His passion for hockey has drawn the sport's most coveted prize to visit the restaurant.
I created the hockey empire. Because I'm a hockey nut, had the name Detroit. And because of that, I've managed to have the Stanley Cup here twice. And my good friend Chris Draper, who played for the Red Wings, who's now retired, brought it twice. Yeah, this was the second time, I guess, 2008 when that was in the paper, made the front page of the paper. Pretty cool. The best trophy in sports.
But that's not all that's drawn to the small diner.
So the regulars, oh yeah, there's Jim Cuddy from Blue Rodeo, good friends of mine, here all the time. Rick Mercer, you might have heard, nice comedian, funny comedian, he's here all the time. Who else? So yeah, Stephen Page, who used to be in the Bare Naked Ladies, of course. He's here all the time.
Despite all of its celebrity, the restaurant remains one of the Danforth's most welcoming eateries.
The local diner, the local hangout, it's part of the community, right? It's got that community feel, which a lot of these places here don't have.
Well, that pretty much put me in the mood for a burger and a hockey game. I think that's what I'll head on over to do. What's your plan for the night, Sasha?
I might just get back on the skateboard after watching that feature. Nothing beats a skate park in the dark. Trust me.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, so for all of us here at CSTV, I'm Sasha Kalra. This is Morgan Gibbons. Have a great night, East York. We'll see you next week.